Good morning, everybody. It's been another long while since I've posted. I have been really feeling the energy these last few months, and recently it's felt to me like I've been wading through treacle. And quite often I pick up on the energy of people around me, even though I often am alone at home, and more or less everything that I do by myself. But when I do go out and I'm surrounded by strangers, like in the supermarket for instance, I come home and I'm finding myself exhausted, and it isn't because anyone has said anything or that I've noticed anything in particular. It feels as though I'm picking up on some really stuck energy. Now, this morning I had every intention of coming on and doing a tarot reading about the royal family and what we might expect from the royal family in the future, given that it is the Queen's Platinum Jubilee and the celebrations are going ahead. They started yesterday and we have 4 days of celebrations. Unprecedented for the UK, but 70 years on the throne is an amazing achievement. And then when I was in meditation just prior to doing this reading, I saw a particular card in a deck of cards. It's actually my favorite card deck of all time, and this particular card stopped me in my tracks and made me think about what it is about the energy. At the same time, I must have been energetically putting out there some question about the current energies that are around us right now. And when I talk about the energies are the energies of other people, the thoughts and feelings of other people, the emotions of other people they extend beyond us. Our energy extends way outside of us, and this is how we can feel other people's energy. If you want me to do a talk on how we can be affected without knowing we are affected from the energy that's within us and all around us, let me know in the comments, because it's fascinating. Anyway, the card that I saw, I've had to go into and get my deck, my favourite deck. My favourite deck is Brian Froud's Fairy deck. And I haven't been moved to use this deck in a long while. But the card is the Piper. And instantly I'm reminded of the story of the Pied Piper. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the story of the Pied Piper, I will give it you in a couple of minutes. The story is a particular village was having issues with rats. They were overrun with rats. And they asked the Piper if he could help them remove the rats from the village. And he agreed to do so for a price. And they agreed the price, and off he went. He started playing his pipe, and he enchanted these rats to the point where they all followed him to the river, where they all jumped into the river and drowned. And then the village did not pay the Piper for his work. And as a revenge act, the Piper once again picked up his pipe and enchanted all the children from the village out of the village. He removed all of the children. They were all enchanted by his music. And the question that came to my mind straight away after seeing this Piper is, what is distracting you right now? What is it about life right now that you are enchanted by to the point where you have not noticed or are unaware of what is important and is going on all around you and within you. I have also been distracted by the internet. If you watch my videos, you will know the internet has distracted me massively to, for a point where I just had to come off. The Depp Heard defamation trial distracted me until I did the reading. I don't know how many days ago now, it might be a couple of weeks ago now. I had to do a reading and then get away from it, step away from it. I have heard that Johnny Depp has won, and this morning I have heard that Amber Heard is going for an appeal. I did feel this. I did think that Amber Heard, with this defiant feeling I got when I was doing that reading, was not going to let sleeping dogs lie. She was not going to go away, even though she says she wants to be left alone. Something is enchanting Amber Heard. Right now, the Jubilee celebrations are enchanting many people around the world, and I don't blame them in many ways. This is one of the oldest monarchies in the world. It still has a lot of its traditions, its dress traditions. The old carriages are still, all the pomp and ceremony, still very traditional. It is a huge part of the UK tourism economy. It's hugely important to the UK economically, as well as politically and socially. But while our eyes are averted on, and while we are distracted by certain things outside of ourselves, I wanted to try and explore through the tarot, what is it that we are distracting ourselves from? If you've looked at my gratitude series, that is quite early on in this, the birth of this channel, you will recognize what I'm talking about. If you are focused on things more outside of yourself than within yourself, you are distracting yourself from something that needs to be addressed. So what are we distracting ourselves from? And I'm going to take right away tarot card, and I want a card please for the issue. What is the issue right now? What is the issue? What issue should we be looking at today? Okay. We have three. So the first one we have is the Ten of Swords. The issue we are facing today, either individually or collectively, is swords are about the mental realm. Swords are about the intellect, the mind. It's masculine. The central issue is Ten of Swords, first out. Okay, so it's about ending something to do with the mind. Is it about ending? Is it time to end some mental torment? Is it time to stop distracting your mind? End the distraction of your mind. Why? Because Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We cannot move forward unless we stop distracting ourselves with things outside of ourselves. We are distracting ourselves mentally. Meghan and Harry, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, everything else that's going on outside of ourselves. We are picking on celebrity. We are focusing on things that are not important. in our own collective life. End the obsession, the mental obsession with people, celebrity, because if we don't, we can't move forward. We are stuck. We are stuck. And we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about rest, recuperation. It's about healing. It's about meditation. So we are focusing on something that is occupying our mind. It's time to stop occupying your mind with things outside of yourself, because we can't move forward if we don't. It's time to rest. It's time to rest your mind. It's time to meditate. It's time to heal. It's time to recognize that healing needs to be done. Okay, so what healing needs to be done? Oh, and that flew out. We have the Magician. The Magician can be a trickster energy. It's either telling us to heal the obsession with trickster energy. We could say, if we believe everything that comes through the media, we could say Amber Heard. We could say Meghan Markle. We could say the obsession with media, with celebrity, with fakery is also trickery. Or it could mean, right, okay, let me backtrack. The Magician is the master of the swords, the wands, the cups, and the pentacles. The master of the mind, the heart, the material world, and communication, passion, creativity. It's time to look at your own world, your own immediate world. Take a good look at what's going on in your mind. Take a good look at what's going on in your heart. Take a good look at what's going on in your material world. And take a look at how you are being creative in life. It's time to look at your life. Does your life fulfill you? It's time to stop living vicariously through others. And when we point the finger at other people for their shortcomings, we are deflecting our attention away from our own shortcomings. And we have the Seven of Cups. This is giving me an air of confusion. So it's almost as if that so much shit has been flung at us from all angles. We're seeing it, we're hearing it. We don't necessarily choose to see it and hear it, but it comes to us anyway. It's almost as if there's a lot of confusion as to what is fakery, what is real, what is important, and what isn't important. And it's almost as if we have lost sight as a collective of what is actually important in life. It's like this is like fake emotion. This is fake. It's fake upset, almost for attention. And that might mean anything could mean anything to any one of you. But it's time to sort it out. It's time to figure out what in your life is important to you, in your life, in your heart, in your mind, in your immediate material surroundings. It's time to, we need now to stop deflecting our attention. It's time to stop being mesmerised by the Pied Piper. It's time to heal. It's time to learn to meditate. It's time to be peaceful. It's time to bring care and concern back into our lives. It's time to discard the fear. It's time to wake up every morning and be thankful that you are breathing another day. So, wisdom of the Oracle card. And overall, what is the overall advice for this reading? I'm well aware that this reading might well not be popular. I'm not here to be popular, hence why I've got 35 subscribers. I'm not here to be popular. Right, we have, I don't think this has ever come up before, Enchanting Gifts. Now that looks like a nice card. We have a ballerina fairy coming out of a present box with a cat being playful. Cats are usually feminine energy. The angel is masked. I don't know what that means. 27 is a 9, almost at the end of a cycle. So let's have a look at 27. I will read it to you. Enchanting Gifts. I hope you can see that. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet, in order to honour them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you are choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you are aligned with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring into your life. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself. Is this energy that I am absorbing, although I am trying very hard not to absorb, believe me, is this energy that I am absorbing an energy of fear, sustained fear that has depleted us to the point where we are open to enchantment, open to trickster energy? Okay. All your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. So, this is giving us the law of giving and receiving, currency, trade-offs, weighing costs and determining value. If you are enchanted by a story outside of yourself right now, if you are doing what I did a few weeks ago, going down the rabbit hole of the celebrity woes and being sucked in by that, it's time to try and come out of that a little bit and come back into yourself, giving and receiving. We need to pull it back. We need to pull it back. And let's have a postcard from Spirit. We haven't had one of these for ages, have we? So, postcard from Spirit. A little bit of a pep talk from the Spirit Guides. I can't help but thinking that a lot of what's being piped through to us, and it's always been like that, it's becoming more and more blatantly obvious, more and more, that, you know, this sensationalization of stories about people, celebrities, famous people, powerful people, has been made into this huge, captivating fanfare that we are finding very difficult to resist being glued to. It's not your fault. It's really difficult to stay out. It's really difficult to stay out of it. It really is. And, you know, if you use any sort of social media, which I do, not all of them, because as you know, I came off Facebook and Instagram. I might well have been still stuck down that rabbit hole now. But even things like messaging services, you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. You have to choose to step aside. So we have this one. Dear you. Oh my. Things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear. That is true. Rather in spite of it, or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to, i.e. the media, the distraction, and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said? Take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 towards you. We are all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Don't be afraid to dance. It's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. Now, many people who are spiritual influencers, tarot readers, people who, people who live a spiritual life will say that you need to ignore everything in order to stay protected from these energies. You don't need to ignore everything. You need to be aware of what is going on. You can't live like a hermit. You can't bury your head in the sand. You need to be aware of what is going on around you. What we do need a bit more of is discernment, is listen more to your gut? What do you know in your heart is bollocks? And be able to sift through that, to be able to put your metaphorical earplugs in and stop listening to the piper. Have a great week. I don't know when I'm going to be back. Might be tomorrow, might be however many days, but I will be back whenever I get a message. Take care and be kind. See you soon. Bye-bye.